Hello, anybody who is watching this. I would say everybody, but I'm a pretty unknown channel. That doesn't bother me too much. Whatever. Today, I'm going to be talking about the top 15 things I would like to see in Legendary's Godzilla sequels. Hit my hair out of my face for a second, sorry. Alright, so I have notes right behind the camera, so excuse that. Excuse if I'm like, just forget it. Number one, I think they need to make the wait worth it. So, because Gareth Edwards, it kind of makes me mad that he decided he was going to start a franchise and then run off in between sequels. So, they're working on the sequel right now, but Gareth Edwards won't be doing it until 2018, which, I would be more mad if I wasn't getting two movies that I am looking forward to so much in between then. One of them is the Toho's Godzilla. So we have that to look forward to. That's going to be next year, 2016. And then 2017, we have Skull Island. I don't know too much about that one. I know it stars Loki. So that should be good. I like that actor. I don't know his name, so don't beat me up. Yeah, that should be good. So it doesn't make me too mad that we're not getting this Godzilla movie right away. I could use it sooner, but we're still getting Godzilla in our life next year. I'm gonna take a drink. Don't make fun of the pink cup. Alright, so they need to make the wait worth it, because we're having a 4-year break in between Godzilla 2014 and Godzilla 2, which is 2018. And 4 years is almost 5 years. I don't know if you knew that. It's just 1 year difference for those of you who have advanced math skills and all. But yeah, so it's almost a 5-year wait. So it's practically half as long as the wait we had to take from Final Wars to 2014. Sorry, there's workers on my roof and it just sounded like one of them fell or something. I don't know. It was just a thud on the ceiling. So because we are having such a long wait, or a 4-year wait, yeah, he's on the roof right now. Sorry, I can just feel it. It's weird. Because we're having a 4-year wait, which is almost a 5-year wait, which is not good. Because, like I said, that is half as long as we had to wait before, and I did not enjoy the wait before. I got all hyped up because I thought the Godzilla movie was going to come out in 2012, and then when it was pushed back, I was pretty bummed, and then I kind of forgot about it for a long time until the teaser trailer was leaked last year, which got me all excited again. Anyways, so like I said, they need to make the wait worth it by making an awesome movie. And the things I think they should do in order for it to be an awesome movie is to keep it realistic. That's my number 2 thing. Is they set out on this realistic world for Godzilla that they want him to be living in. So this is going to be a more realistic continuity than we've gotten before, and we've already seen that demonstrated in the 2014 movie. And I like that, That way people can't make fun of it and say Godzilla is super fake and super stupid and I'm going to sneeze. Because, no, it's not. They gave Godzilla... I don't like Godzilla's origin, the new one that they gave him of that nuclear time that existed long before man or whatever. I think it's stupid. But we got it, so we have to live with it. So that being said, I think they need to keep it realistic, but not too realistic. It's giant monsters, so how are you going to keep it all that realistic? You're not. That's also going to come into play later when I talk about Mothra and King Ghidorah, which Legendary Studios has announced will be in the new Godzilla movie. Number 3, I think they need to continue the storyline with Dr. Serizawa and Monarch. We need familiar faces, and I don't think Ford Brody, Aaron Taylor Johnson, has all that much to offer anymore. because his character's kind of completed his goal. You know, he's back with his family, they're safe, everything's okay. We don't need him again. I mean, I like the actor. I thought he was great in Avengers, and I thought Elizabeth Olsen was great in Avengers, but we can put them aside. We don't need them anymore. And besides, it would kind of be like, why would you do it? It'd kind of be, he's in the military, so there's no purpose for us to focus on him in the sequel, because, you know, he probably has more important things to do. Monarch, that is the big focus. On my Greetings Monster Island shirt, whatever. I keep getting sidetracked, I'm sorry. Okay, Monarch. They need to continue with Dr. Serizawa. I love that they added Dr. Serizawa into this new continuity, even though he has nothing to do with the original Dr. Serizawa. I think in the sequel, I didn't even write this down, because this is just something that I think that they should do, is they need to show how he gets his eye patch. I think that would be awesome. I know he got it in World War II in the original continuity. It didn't really say that, but I've watched documentaries and whatever, and it says he's a war veteran, and that was one of his scars. So, yeah. But I think in the new continuity, they need to show how this Dr. Serizawa should get an eye patch, you know, to pay even more homage to the original character, and I think that'd be pretty cool. So like I said, continue the story with Dr. Serizawa, familiar faces and all. Number 4, and this isn't a real big complaint at all, this is just kind of something that annoyed me with 2014's movie, is they need to name the Mutos from 2014. I know people call it like Fimuto and then just the male Muto, but, you know, the military's not going to call them that. Because Muto is a military acronym, massive unidentified terrestrial organism, but they need to change that because we gave Godzilla a name, or Gojira, as Dr. Serizawa calls him, even though no one else seems to call him that in the movie, which is weird, because that is the name that Serizawa gave to him, or Serizawa didn't give it to him, but Serizawa says in the conference room with Ford Brody, and, yeah, Ford Brody, sorry, I got confused, and they never continued calling him Gojira, which is weird. It kind of just seems like they said it just to be like, oh, this is what the original Japanese one was called, hope you enjoyed that, and then moved on. But I think they need to name the male and female Mutos something. I don't know, I don't have any suggestions, they just need to give them a name, because Muto is a military acronym, and, sorry, voice crack. It's been confirmed that Ghidorah, Mothra, and Rodan are going to be in the sequels, so, or at least a sequel. So if they give them a name, and they give Godzilla a name, why wouldn't they give the Mutos a name? It's just something I find wrong with the movie. Number 5, they need to show public reactions to what is going on, because that could be really interesting, like, have news reports. On the Blu-ray for Godzilla 2014, we actually get, like, a web conspiracy page talking about Godzilla and Dr. Serizawa and Monarch and all that stuff. I think if they'd continue with stuff like that, make there be, like, public rage, I don't know, make there be, like, not riots, protests and all about why wasn't the government telling us this, why were they covering up, this is wrong. You know, a lot of stuff. Like, we see protests all the time today. You know what I'm talking about. We see that all the time. Need a drink of water. And so, sorry. And so I think we need more public reaction. Like, that could be a really interesting thing they do. I actually have not seen Godzilla 1984 or 5, either version of it. That's the one Godzilla movie I haven't seen and don't own, which actually makes me really mad. There's not very many places I can find that. But I hear that that movie handles the public reaction really well, and from the reviews I've seen done by people like James Rolfe, who did a really short review for all of the Godzilla movies, computer shut off, and Zazubar. I don't know if any of you have heard of him, but he's pretty good at the reviews. He did a pretty in-depth analysis of that. It was good, you know. Alright, so public reactions. Number 6, they need to establish Godzilla as the bad guy. Now, I know we've already, in this continuity, said Godzilla is the good guy. He's the defender of the, the food he's the defender of nature. He is the warrior. He keeps things in check. There he is back there. He is, like, the alpha predator, that's what they said. He's nature's order. That's what Dr. Serizawa says. He's the power to restore balance. But I don't think that was the case in that movie, even though that's what they said it was. I think if you actually look more in depth into it, I know GORIZARD has said so in his reviews for the movie, that maybe Godzilla wasn't doing it, and maybe he was doing that out of revenge, because at the beginning we're led to believe that the Mutos played a big role in killing off Godzilla's species, making him the last of his kind, which is another thing I have a problem with, is we don't know if Godzilla is actually the last of his kind or not. That's just what we're told. But, he burrowed under the sea, so there could be tons of Godzillas burrowed under the sea that we just don't know about yet. But anyways, that's not even something I wrote down. Establish Godzilla as a bad guy. Alright, so Godzilla can be the hero, but he has to be like an anti-hero, because I don't like... I like the show of Godzilla's, and I like what they did with him in the 2014 movie, but I think that if they say that Godzilla was doing that out of revenge, trying to get revenge on the Mutos for killing his family, I think that'd be, I think that'd be a good addition to Godzilla's character development. Sorry, I had to yawn. Showing that he, it's good for his character development, because it shows he has feelings, and it shows he's more than just this force of nature, this power to restore balance. It shows that he is a living, feeling creature. That could be a good addition to the movie, or to his character development. Making him the bad guy, I don't know if you necessarily have to make him the bad guy, but I think you have to show that he is destructive. Like in the Gamera trilogy, the Heisei Gamera trilogy, Gamera is a destructive force. He destroys people when trying to save lives, He doesn't necessarily save people. He saves children, but he's not necessarily for humankind, and that's played upon in Gamera 2 and 3, when they talk about how, what if one day we become Gamera's biggest enemy for destroying the world, because he defends the world, not the people in it. That's kind of the thing they were going off. I think if they did that with Godzilla, Godzilla defends the world. Like, it's his world, it's his food chain. He needs to save it. Kind of like what they did in Ghidra, the three-headed monster. Godzilla does not have to defend humans, like kind of we see him doing this, hey, savior of our city at the end of the 2014 film. I don't know if that was necessarily even the case, because Godzilla was more of just trying to kill the Mutos off, restoring balance to his food chain, or not even his food chain, just to restoring balance to nature. So one thing that I thought would be interesting is if they continued with Godzilla's radioactive needs. Like, this is one of the things I wrote down, I can't find it though. Is they have already established that Godzilla feeds off nuclear radiation. It's number 14 on my list. Tie in some nuclear allegory. Don't give up on the fact that Godzilla needs radiation to survive. That was my number 14. And it goes along with my number 6, which is establish Godzilla as the bad guy. I think what could be a really cool idea is if Godzilla surfaced, kind of like in Godzilla vs. Megaguirus, and he attacked a nuclear power plant. And I feel like if they did that, that way he could get nuclear energy to keep going, because maybe the radiation at the Earth's core isn't as strong anymore. Ever since he woke up, it's not doing the job anymore. So maybe he needs to start coming on land and destroying nuclear factories and all of that good stuff, just to give us some Godzilla destruction scenes where he is the bad guy, which establishes him as the anti-hero and not the superhero we saw in the later Showa films. I think that'd be a really good idea, and that would also make him more three-dimensional, like, he has that, I said if they added that, revenge aspect to him, we could start to see he feels, and if we made him the anti-hero, it'd be like, You know, you have to fear him. Gareth Edwards said that